Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about the Baker Act and why, if you have been Baker Acted, especially if you've been Baker Acted multiple times in the past, you should think very seriously about why you need to fight to get out as soon as possible. And so we get a lot of calls from folks about, they've been Baker Acted or a loved one's been Baker Acted. And sometimes what I'm seeing is that the individual, the patient, for lack of a better word, has been Baker Acted multiple times in the past, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And most of the time, they're not normally held for more than a week, although I think that's a week too long, but that's just me. And the family says, well, why should we hire a lawyer? I mean, they normally get out within a week. Why should we spend the money this time? And my response to them is, this is a bit like playing Russian roulette. Okay, eventually, the bullet's going to be lined up, with the hammer and the muzzle, and when you pull the trigger, your brains are going to get blown out. So it's only a matter of time before your loved one does not get released. At some point, the facility, the state of Florida, takes the position that they've given you multiple opportunities to fix whatever situation is going on, and you haven't done it. And they take the position that not only have you not done it, but it's your responsibility as the family to take care of your loved one. And seeing as how you haven't done it, they're going to do it for you. And what that means is they're going to file a petition for placement, and they're going to ask a judge for a period of extended detention, somewhere between 0 and the next 6 months. And I can tell you that while we get a lot of calls for people that are illegally detained, I also get calls for people who have not only been illegally detained, but then the facility that is an agent of the state's mental health system went and got a court order without the family even knowing it. There was a hearing, and their loved one got basically ordered into a state mental health hospital. And those orders are typically 6 months. And then they call us and say, hey, can you fix this? Now, the answer to that is, it depends. Okay, it's much, much more involved, and it's much more difficult to get somebody out of a state hospital once a judge has heard their case. And, whether or not you think that, the judge ruled unfairly, I mean, that's beside the point. I mean, your loved one had a hearing, there was due process, the judge heard the case, they probably had a public defender appointed to represent them. The judge heard the doctor's testimony and any other testimony that was presented, and he or she made a decision. And that's it. I mean, it's pretty much too late after that. And, the cases where we have been able to get somebody out of a state hospital, or at least transferred out of the state hospital, it's one hell of a fight. And it typically takes me, instead of 1 to 2 days to get somebody out, which is the average time before there's a court order, it can take us, I've seen it take us 3, 4, 5 weeks to get somebody transferred. And these cases are not always successful. I mean, judges don't want to go back and review your case. They've got 300 or 400 others sitting on the docket. And frankly, they just don't have the time for this. And your loved ones had a hearing, so why should they go back and listen to this thing again? And so, yeah, I mean, just because you've been released in the past within a period of time doesn't mean it's happening this time. And frankly, the more you get Baker Acted, the more likely at some point you're not getting released. And that's the way it works. And so I want to share that with you because I think people get sort of caught up in the idea, well, got out last time, getting out this time. No, you get transferred or you get detained at the wrong facility and get the wrong doctor, you are not coming home, and you can get stuck for a long period of time. So I wanted to share that with you. I appreciate you tuning in. I would love a thumbs up, and I would also appreciate if you want to subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video. Goodbye.